When I first married David, I knew I wasn't just committing to a man. I was stepping into the life of a young boy who had lost his mother way too soon. Liam was just 12 at the time, quiet, polite, but distant. His green eyes carried a sadness that never seemed to leave. I thought time would mend the distance between us, but 2 years into our marriage, the gap felt wider than ever. I tried to be there for Liam. I went to his school events, left little notes in his lunchbox, made his favorite mac and cheese. But no matter what I did, I remained an outsider in his carefully guarded world. He never raised his voice or acted out, but it was the silence that screamed loudest. David, always busy with work, assured me that Liam just needed time. But something in my gut told me it was more than that. One rainy Tuesday afternoon, I got home from work early. I walked into the house and noticed Liam's bedroom door was cracked open. I wouldn't normally intrude on his privacy, but I heard a sound that stopped me in my tracks, a quiet sob. My heart sank. Without thinking, I gently pushed the door open. Liam was sitting on the floor, surrounded by crumpled papers, his hands shaking as he held what looked like a drawing. His backpack was dumped out, books scattered across the carpet, and he looked so lost in that moment that it took everything in me not to cry too. He didn't notice me at first, so I softly called his name. His head snapped up, his face red, and eyes wide with embarrassment. "I didn't mean to, just go," he muttered, trying to gather the papers as fast as he could. But I knelt down and placed a hand gently on his arm. "Liam, hey, it's okay."
What's going on?
For a second, he looked like he might shut me out again. But something cracked in him. He held out the drawing with trembling hands. It was a sketch of a woman, a mother, maybe, hugging a child. The shading was beautiful, detailed, and filled with emotion. My breath caught. "I draw when I miss her," he whispered. "But it doesn't help. Nothing helps." That moment changed everything. All the barriers he had built came crashing down. I sat there with him on the floor, and he opened up about the pain he'd buried for years. How he felt forgotten. How he thought talking about his mom would upset his dad. How he missed her laugh, her hugs, her smell. And how hard it was to smile when it felt like a part of him was missing. I didn't try to fix it. I didn't tell him to be strong or that time would heal everything. I just listened. And for the first time, he let me. From that day forward, our relationship took a new shape. I enrolled Liam in an after-school art program. Every Wednesday, I drive him across town and we'd talk. Not always about deep stuff, sometimes just about school or what he thought of the latest superhero movie, but he was talking, laughing, living. David noticed the change too. One night, he came home to find Liam showing me his newest sketch. It was a picture of the three of us, me, David, and Liam, sitting on a park bench, smiling. David stood in the doorway, eyes glassy. "I had no idea he was hurting that much," he said to me later that night. "Thank you for reaching him when I didn't know how." But the road wasn't always smooth. There were still days when Liam would retreat into himself, when the weight of grief crept back in. But now he had an outlet and someone he trusted to lean on.
Me.
Months passed, and Liam entered high school. He became more confident, even submitted his art for the school magazine. I watched with pride as he stood on stage accepting an award for his piece titled, "Healing Doesn't Mean Forgetting." The crowd clapped, but I couldn't stop the tears from falling. After the ceremony, he walked over to me and did something he'd never done before. He hugged me. A full, real hug. No hesitation. Then he whispered, "Thanks for not giving up on me." That night, I sat in bed beside David, holding the award Liam had given me to keep. I thought back to that rainy Tuesday when I first found him curled up in pain, alone, and I shivered thinking what might have happened if I had just walked past his door. Sometimes, the people we love the most are the ones who hide their pain the deepest. And sometimes, the biggest difference we can make isn't fixing them, it's simply sitting beside them in the dark until they're ready to step into the light. I never expected to become a mother by marriage. But in every way that counts, Liam became my son. And I'll never stop being there for him. Not just because he needs me, but because I need him too.